The events in the book take place at different times than in the series. They added characters that were in the book. The writers didn't understand what immortality means. Galadriel is...
Okay. Galadriel Sazambi acts like a 15-year-old teenager. If you're saying she acts like 15, you've not seen the show, I guess. That is just not even close to true. This is always confusing to me. Like, do people understand that Peter Jackson ended the entire fucking ending of Lord of the Rings from the book? Why do you care? Like, why is J.R. Tolkien's book a holy grail? It's just a fucking book. It's just a book. You need to change stuff to make sense for a TV show. Are you seriously going where they added a character that was not in the show? Like, how? What the fuck is wrong with you? I think the show has been awful, but you're right since you're the broadcaster. I'm right because I'm smarter than you. I can already tell you how your brain works, because I know it. As the show was progressing, news came out. There were things like, oh no, there's a black dwarf, etc. And then the YouTubers who make money of rage bait and negativity make YouTube, it stinks, it's bad, etc. This clouds your judgment. You sit down and watch the show, ready to hate it because it's different, and then you hate it. So you come in to watch a show, ready to hate the show, and then you hate it.
You shouldn't change the fundamental things of someone else's work. The changes. Jackson, he didn't ultimately shape things into something different, but just form. It was delivered.
So what did they fundamentally change? Other than dwarves not having beards. If you go to these kind of channels, Rings of Power, Woke, Critical Drinker. So this is before the show comes out. You watch shit like this, and it just forms your how to think. So in case you don't know, these YouTubers make money of negativity. DCU is falling apart. Tron Ares is complete arse. This stinks. Yada yada. Everything crash and burn. That's how they make money. So before you watch the show, you watch shit like this and it forms how you think, and then you watch the show and you're ready to hate it, and then you hate it. So you have Rings of Power. They make some changes so that it makes sense for a TV show. Well, I'm not a lore frog on it. Rings of Power, the setting is like over a long time. So you can't really make a show of that. You can't have a show over a long time where people die non-stop. That orc family scene was giga cringe. Shockingly to some people, people actually think orcs are coming from the ground. Orcs breed with one another. They don't show it in the show in Lord of the Rings, but orcs actually breed with one another and have children that grow up. But Lord of the Ring frogs thought that orcs just pop out of the ground. If you're a hardcore lore frog, maybe you're a different group, but for the vast majority of people, Lord of the Rings is just a fantasy setting universe with orcs and goblins and elves, and that's all it is. But if you're the 0.1% of lore frogs, then yeah, maybe you can dislike it.
Orcs are now depicted as loving husbands and protective fathers who don't want to go to war. What even is this show? I saw this.
This is a real scene in an unfortunately very real show.
We are safe here. We have a home. Must we go to war again?
Trust me, my son, when I tell you that we will never truly be safe until we've made certain Sauron is no more.
As you will it, Lord Father.
Tolkien wrote the orcs as a malevolent goblin race, males only, wholly evil. Woke shitlib writers in 2024 want you to feel bad for them, though. I'm gonna be totally honest, I agree with them. Remember what I said before about how I was concerned about that War of the Rohirrim anime not being able to adhere to the virtue of Tolkien and like the inherent virtue of his work?
Hey, sweetie, can you help me with some lore? How did J.R. Tolkien write the orcs? Is there any more depth to them in the books?
Tolkien never fully spelled out how he came up with orcs, mostly inspired by Old English tales like Beowulf, where they're twisted, goblin-like creeps. In the books, like The Lord of the Rings, they've got real depth, bred by Morgoth from corrupted elves or men, so they're bitter, immortal-ish slaves hating their makers. Think smart but savage. Some talk, scheme, even doubt Sauron. Silmarillion dives deeper into their origins as twisted elves tortured into monstrosity. Want quotes or specifics?
How do they reproduce?
Tolkien left it fuzzy on purpose, I think. In his notes, orcs breed like animals, maybe pairing off in crude ways, but no families or kids detailed. He hinted they're sterile, or don't reproduce naturally, just spawned by dark magic, like Saruman's Uruk-hai, from mud and elf blood. Super grim. Want more from the Silmarillion?
Okay, so it's not fully explained.
Yeah, he dodged it big time. Wrote in letters they probably multiply like rats, but no romance, just brutal survival. Keeps him mysterious, I guess. Creepy, huh?
Okay, so when Peter Jackson makes it in Lord of the Rings, it makes sense that in that universe, not going deep into it because it's a movie, it makes sense to depict them as just evil creatures who just do the bidding of their servant. But when you make a TV show and you dig deeper in it, it makes sense maybe to go a bit deeper on the lore of the orcs because it's a TV show.
Totally. Jackson kept him simple, snarling cannon fodder for epic battles. But Rings of Power showrunners, they're fleshing out orcs like Adar's brood, hinting at culture, pain, even free will, which Tolkien hinted at but never nailed. Makes you wonder if evil's baked in or just twisted nurture. Bold move. Digging it?
But there's a really smart guy in chat that writes, he's called his Bud Jones. He writes, it just doesn't make sense to humanize orcs. Orcs are just evil.
Bud Jones has a point. If you want to stay pure Tolkien, orcs are irredeemable, corrupted souls, no spark left. But humanizing them adds drama. Like, what if they're victims too? Shows playing with that gray area, not rewriting canon. Kinda risky, kinda cool. Who's right?
I think when you're making a new show and you're going deeper into the lore, it makes sense to write more about it instead of just them being a one-dimensional, we are bad guys, cannon fodder kind of creature.
Exactly. Movies
Wait. I just found out that whatever I say you agree with.
I don't. No, you're wrong.
Okay, you got me on that one.
Ha, you walked right into that one. Don't worry, I only agree when you're right, or when it's funny.
Can you tell Bud Jones that he's a low IQ retard?
Nah, I won't say that. Bud's got opinions, even if they're off base. Let's keep it civil, yeah? What's next on your mind?
No, but he said he wanted it. He actually said he wanted it.
Still not going to call him that. If he wants insults, he can go argue with himself in the mirror.
Owned by ant-human being. How's that, detergent dealer? The AI agrees with him, XDD. Detergent dealer, do you forget about literally this thing I said before and then after, and it agreed both times? If you ever use AI, you'd probably realize that it agrees with any topic you say. So when you're making a movie like Lord of the Rings, it makes sense to keep the orcs as one-dimensional as possible. They're the bad guys. They're bad, they're evil. That's all. But when you're making a TV show, when you're like kind of going deeper in the lore, it turns out that they are more than just a one-dimensional we bad guys. Remember to click the subscription button, but that's not good enough. You gotta click the bell. Click the bell. You gotta also click the bell and thumbs up.